Hello, hello, hello. 3 because it's different than 2. That'll be my brand.
Okay,
all right.
You can have that. Hello, it's Charlie coming at you from the North American International Auto Show. I'm here at the EcoXperience, sponsored by the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. Here we get to ride some of the latest hybrids, fuel cells, and electric vehicles. It's all happening indoors on a track with all kinds of spring flowers, waterfalls, fountains, tons of trees, and big lines of excited people waiting to ride the next generation of electric vehicles. What are you excited to ride in?
You know what? I am excited to ride in the hybrid. I mean, they're all looking like pretty regular cars, so I'm just looking to relax, chill out, and cruise in a car. Are we up?
Silverado?
Yeah,
Hybrid
that's
Silverado?
awesome.
It's a 2009. I'm in the Chevy Silverado, 2-mode hybrid.
It's quiet.
I like
All
it.
between
Smells
yeah.
like nature.
Right now we're in battery. It'll ride in battery mode at speeds between 20 and 30 miles an hour. If you accelerate or if you need more power, it kicks the engine on.
It was a very pleasant ride.
Thank you.
Reminds me of a different season.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's the beautiful rocks and trees and escalator and you know, all the things you expect to see on a nice spring drive. And that all smarts are electric.
It will be available for purchase in 2012. Instead of taking up 200 square feet of space on the road in a big car to transport a 6-foot average sized person, take up a quarter of that with this car to transport the same person. Decrease the amount of the size of vehicles and how much space they're taking on the road. You've virtually eliminated traffic. You can fit 2 of these in a parking stall, so you've doubled parking. This car is part of a Daimler AG program called Car2Go. Pilot cities are Berlin and Austin, Texas, where you rent the car by the minute. So you register, you get issued a card, you'd swipe it up on the glass there, the car doors would then unlock, you'd put in your PIN number, and you'd be renting it at around 35 cents a minute or a default rate of $13 an hour or $65 a day.
We even get to take a look at the gas station of the future. This is the PEP charging station. Just pull the handle, looks just like a regular one. They have about 10 different cars running the course here at the EcoXperience, but by far the Tango is the star of the show. We're here in the back seat of the Tango, and my driver today is
Brian Woodbury.
And Brian, you're part of the Tango management team, right?
Yeah, my dad and I designed the car. We sold the first car to George Clooney in 2005.
Cool. Well, let's go for a ride.
It's a Tango T600. The 600 means it's 600 kilowatts, which translates to 805 horsepower. It's got over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque instantaneously. So that's how you get the 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. 5 inches narrower than a Honda Goldwing. So you can go between lanes in traffic jams and park sideways between cars. Gives you the benefits of a motorcycle without the drawbacks.
How long does it take to fully charge?
About an hour on average.
And how far can I expect to travel on a charge on average?
Up to 200 miles on a charge with lithium ion. This has 2,000 pounds of batteries and motors 4 inches off the ground. And the carbon fiber body weighs 25 pounds. The center of mass is actually under the floor. That's why it's so stable.
Yeah, because watching from the outside, you immediately think this would tip over because it's such a narrow car.
Right, it looks very top heavy, but that's really just an illusion.
How are we from a crash safety? Has this been tested?
Well, the carbon fiber is just to keep the rain off of you. All the structure is from an FIA certified chromoly roll cage. Meets international racing standards, has NASCAR style door bars pinned into the rest of the cage, so it's got about 4 times more side protection than an SUV.
4 times more side protection than an SUV? Wow.
Yeah, it meets it racing standards. So when you see NASCAR crashes at over 200 miles an hour and they tumble around and walk out, that's what this has. I think every car in the world should have this kind of safety, but you know, they kind of pinch pennies and cut corners.
What's the Tango retail for?
Right now it's handmade for $150,000 with lithium ion or $121,000 with lead acid. mass production changes all of that. If we had $150 million, we could build 10,000 a year and sell them for $29,000 a piece.
So if you're watching this and you have an extra 10 million and you want to get on the lead car of the Eco Revolution.
Yeah, this car belongs to Sergey Brin, the Google founder. He ordered 3 of them and he's letting us this one for the show.
He just keeps getting cooler. Well, Henry, what'd you think of the hybrids and the electrics?
You know, they have this eco track here going and they let all of us kind of ride around on the little track in their new hybrids. I thought it was very pleasant. I'm glad that I didn't have to do the driving for once and I got to ride in the car for once. The guy was very, very informative and I really enjoyed my ride, especially with you, Charlie.
Are you more likely to buy an Eco vehicle as your next purchase, or?
An Eco, maybe. I'm hoping that the Chevy Equinox that I do have runs for the next 20 years. So,
it's better to reuse than to...
So I'm hoping by then we have flying cars and I'll probably pick up one of those. I'm assuming.
Electric powered flying cars.
Oh yeah, like teleportation. all sorts of iPhone type things floating in the sky.
Awesome. Well, quit talking to us. Go develop the next great iPhone app.
All right, let's do that.
All right.
Yeah.
You go round and round the track, it may be a little bit of a road to nowhere, but it might just be the road to our future. That's all from the North American International Auto Show for now. We'll talk to you real soon.